because I used to think that my videos had to be perfect. In order to post, I had to be out doing something, or I had to be showing this or showing that. I just didn't feel like I was good enough to talk, and I felt like everything had to be about showing for me, but that's not the truth. I'm gonna be so honest, like, hey y'all, it's Sosa. The way I almost didn't make this video because I had to write so much and I'm so tired, and it's literally like 11 o'clock at night, and I really wanted to go to sleep early tonight, but I just watched a movie. And earlier today I picked up a new book, which I'm really excited about. It's called Women Who Run with the Wolves. This thick ass book is by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. I only read the first chapter, but it's basically a book about how, being a woman, you should be able to trust your inner intuition, that deep instinctual feeling that we have deep inside us, and how we should be able to follow that instinctively, and basically not look back on ourselves, because ultimately that's a betrayal to ourselves. But then she ties in what was really interesting to me, what really had me gagged in like the first chapter, was like how she ties in mythologies, like different mythologies and stories from just different religions and beliefs and stories, and it was just amazing to me. So she's talking about the essence of La Loba, which is a woman who goes around, and it's a myth of a woman who goes around and she's gathering bones of deceased creatures. She's gathering these bones at nighttime. She's putting them together, and when she finds and gathers all of them, she puts them together, and when she sings a song to revive the animal or the creature or whatever, the bones of whatever she put together. She's singing a song to revive them, essentially. And La Loba is just basically like being a woman, having that instinct. The songs that she's singing representing your innermost truths, searching deep down within yourself to find the truth, to be able to sing that song. And that song is essentially what brings things back to life. And what really, like, I was saying, how what really had me gag was her taking different elements of, different myths and stories from all different walks of life, like Christianity, Greek mythology, ancient Egyptian folklore and storytelling, and stories about like just ancient Egypt, how there's just basically always this concept of being revived from the dead, or women being able to revive from the dead, except for Christianity, which was Jesus coming back from the dead. So basically, essentially, we as women, we have the power to revive. And it's crazy because I was reading this book as well, Artist's Way. I had it for a while, but I just never picked it up because I'll buy books and I'll keep them. So I was reading Artist's Way, and I realized like some synchronicities between both books. And I'm like, I'm literally reading the same book in different fonts. And this is kind of crazy because in Women Who Run with the Wolves, she talks about how women should have things that they're interested in, and have hobbies, and move their bodies, and partake in activities that that I guess you would consider meditation, journaling, meditating, dancing, lighting incense, and praying. All of these things that kind of bridge the gap between our physical and our psyche. And in the Artist's Way, it also persuades us to do that as well. And it's crazy because I feel like I've been doing that subconsciously. Well, not subconsciously, I've been consciously doing that. But just seeing how both these books, because it's funny because it was at the end of The Artist's Way when I literally finished. It was like second to the last chapter of The Artist's Way, so I literally finished it, like I read that chapter like last week, and then I picked up I'm lying, I read the chapter 2 days ago, or yesterday or some shit, and then I picked up this book to start it. It's like 3 days ago, because sometimes I'll just be like, let me see what this book is about. So I picked it up, and I'm seeing this, basically the same thing, just written in different fonts. And I'm gonna try to find it because y'all know I'm extra. She says, each woman has the potential to access Rio Abajo Rio, the river beneath the river. She arrives here through deep meditation, dance, writing, painting, prayer making, singing, drumming, active imagination, or any activity which requires an intense altered consciousness. A woman arrives in this world between worlds through yearning, and by seeking something she can just see out the corner of her eyes. She arrives there by deeply creative acts, through intentional solitude, and by practice of any of the arts. All right, cool. So she said that, right? So I'm like, wait, that sounds oddly familiar. I've seen that before. And then listen to this. So I was reading Artist's Way a couple days ago. I was reading this a couple days ago. Shout out Malik for this, because I've had this for a while. I just never opened it. This is on chapter 11. Chapter 11, by the way. She says, small rituals are good for the soul. Burning incense while reading affirmations or writing them, lighting a candle, dancing to drum music, holding a smooth rock and listening to Georgian chant. All of this tactile, physical techniques reinforce spiritual growth. So basically, they're just listing out ways where we can get more in touch with our spirituality as people. And it's just so interesting to me that these little things that I've gravitated towards doing in my spare time, or just out of like deep curiosity or genuine curiosity for myself and my spirit and my soul. And whole time I'm practicing meditation, and it just made me so happy, almost kind of like reaffirmed me, because reaffirmed how in tune I am with the world around me. Like, and it's just so many things that I gravitate towards that I just feel so aligned. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful to God for always just allowing me to be in tune with this physical world that's around me. And not even just the physical too, like the spiritual world too. I feel very in tune every day. Like when I started doing yoga out of nowhere, like one day I literally just woke up and started doing yoga. And one day I literally woke up and started stretching, doing yoga. And then I found out that my whole routine, that I literally I never looked on YouTube, never did anything, like never went to a yoga class, never learned from anybody. I just started moving my body. And then one day I'm scrolling on Twitter or X, and I see that the routine that I've been doing, stretching and yoga in the morning, was literally it's a technique called greeting the sun. And that to me was just so beautiful, and reaffirming that, you know, we have this physical presence, but there's a connection to something else, something deeper, something more meaningful and more fulfilling than what we see in front of us. So I'm moving away from that, and I'm just gonna move right into why I started to make this video. So I'm making this video because tonight is a new moon in Taurus. I believe it's in 7 degrees. And for me, Taurus is in my first house. Thank you. Taurus is in my first house, so I just wanted to make a quick little video, just setting my intentions and just, you know, documenting my alignment with this new moon in the house that is occurring in for me. And you have the privilege to watch this if I am gonna post this. I'm also very proud of myself for posting, because I used to think that my videos had to be perfect. In order to post, I had to be out doing something, or I had to be showing this or showing that. I just didn't feel like I was good enough to talk, and I felt like everything had to be about showing for me. But that's not the truth, because I could talk, like I have my own interests, and they might not be everybody's interest, but it's important to me. My spirituality is important to me, because it's something that I feel like found me, rather than me going out to actively search for these things. And I've loved seeing myself grow in it over these last few years. Yes. Life of a Venetian princess. So anyway, we're gonna get started. April 27th, 2025, I'm setting my intentions for the new Moon in Taurus. Setting your intentions just basically means directing my energy towards what I'd like to manifest, and intentions about alignment, mindset, and emotional resonance, rather than just focusing on outcomes. So now I'm thinking about, for Taurus being in my first house of self, of ego, and all of these, an identity, and all of these different themes that have to do with the physical. So now I'm thinking, okay, like Taurus, sign of stability, sign of security, money, pleasures. So my intention for this new moon is to allow myself to sit in this pleasure, to bask in this pleasure, in the little things that I consider pleasurable to me. So I will be taking little walks. I've watched a film already today. I'm not sure how I completely feel about the film, but that's okay. That's part of, the process of indulging things that you like. I do really like film. I love reading books, so I've been indulging in that all day. It was a Sunday. It was a Sunday. So Sundays for me, I usually like to relax. I usually like to take it easy. Thankfully I cleaned yesterday, so today I didn't have to clean as much, even though I should have cleaned my room a little bit, but it's okay. It's not as terrible, but I will get to that. But yeah, like just thinking about how I would like to engage in pleasures, and setting new intentions for new beginnings, and allowing myself to actually feel comfortable in receiving, feel comfortable in security and safety and stability. A couple questions I had to ask myself in order to get clear on what I want is, what do I truly desire? What needs to be released? What energy do I want to embody? And keeping those themes of Taurus and keeping those themes of first house in mind. So it was great to kind of just dive deep into that. Usually I don't share too much about my personal goals, but why not? Let's get into the manifestations. Let's talk about it, because why are you scared to have something that you already supposedly have, right? Isn't that the point of manifesting? Gotcha. Got him. Yeah. Got him. So anyway, what do I truly desire? I said, I desire to be free to get up and go wherever I want, whenever I want, traveling between Europe, Africa, Asia, or wherever else. But I have my business in Africa and my real estate ventures here. I want to be at the point where I do not have to be physically present to make any money. I do transactions from across the world. So I have this whole thing of like me wanting to be like this international businesswoman. At some point I do plan on going to achieve my MBA, my master's in business administration. However, right now we are still in the process of getting that, done, because that's just something that I would really just love to get going. Like, I would really just love to do. Like, it's just something that, yeah, like, I would love to do that. But that's down the line. When I do that, it wouldn't be in America. I'd leave the country. I'd move to a different country to do that. I'm thinking Europe, or like France, like somewhere in Europe, like London, France, wherever. But that's besides the freaking point right now. Okay, y'all. Let me talk about how I see myself as this really successful businesswoman, and I'm like literally knocking these deals out, like left, right, center, uppercut, lower cut. Like, I'm knocking these deals out the way, and I'm doing that. But like, I'm also traveling. I'm meeting people. I'm experiencing life. I'm free. I'm investing in my entertainment business. I'm like going crazy in the entertainment space. Like, I'm talking like insane. Like, I just opened the craziest new club, and I'm working with the craziest new artists, and I'm just doing everything that I want to do, and it's an amazing feeling. And I still get to travel, and I'm just going crazy, and I have like this really insanely beautiful house. Like, my house is crazy. Like, I designed it myself, and it's crazy. Like, you walk in and you have just the craziest features, the craziest decor. Just like, I live in a residential museum, basically. That's where I live. So that's what's going on for me. And I'm just like free. Like, I just get up and I go, and I link my friends in different cities, and we just do whatever, and we have a lot of fun. Like, we party like nothing. And then we tend to our inner worlds, and during the day, and at night we let loose and let free. I'm talking about, I'm like smoke and stack in Sinners. Like, I'm doing the juke joint up. Like, we're making beautiful things happen. Look at my lock, it's so long now. But anyway, making amazing things happen and giving people a great time and growing in this industry. And I build Cinderella. That's gonna come on later. Y'all gonna see that. But that's just, see, now I've tracked too far. I tracked too far. Okay. That's what I desire. Like, that's what I desire, to just be free, to be an incredible businesswoman, to travel and see the world, and gain recognition from the work that I do, but just because the work is good, not because people. I hope and I pray to create something that people can resonate with, because these are things that I care about. And sometimes I feel like nobody wants to care about the things that I care about, but I feel like I have what it takes to create an environment, or curate an environment that people, because it's not just a thing of, oh yeah, like, I want recognition for this, or I want recognition for the sake of recognition. The industry that I want to go in requires recognition in order for success to come in, and it doesn't have to be on a large scale, just enough to build community and impact people, and just alter and help people kind of like deviate from the standard of what events and entertainment is supposed to feel and look like. So yeah, like, to an extent, like, I do want the recognition in order to do that, but I'm gonna start it anyway, because it doesn't matter if people are there or not, or if people are looking or not, or people are recognizing or not. As long as people have a good time, I'm good. shit. That was so contradictory to what I was trying to say, but at the end of the day, I feel like I want to build. I want something that people can connect to. I want to cultivate a space where people can connect. Even in my home, you know, it's going to be a conversation. It's going to be a connection to when people come in. You know, they're going to be able to come in and experience it and resonate and build conversations off that. I want to give people that experience. It's not about me. I'm not here for just me. I'm here for other people as well. What needs to be released is my next question. And I say, I am releasing the past because, girl, this mind will linger so much in the past, and it's so bad for me because in order to move forward, I do need to let go up here. My spirit is free. My spirit is ready to move. My body, my physical is ready to move. But up here, it's not clicking because I keep rewinding. But meditation has been really helpful for that. I've been meditating more often. In 2 months ago, I think it was February or March, I meditated every single day, and I fell off, I think last month or this month. Yeah, it's April now. I fell off this month, so I want to get back on that. Like, I've been meditating like here and there, like not like missing too many days. Like, I would say like maybe 3-4 days a week I'll do it, and sometimes it feels like I'm dragging my feet to do it, but I want it to become more of a habit. I thought it took 28 days to build a habit. Like, damn. Anyway, I'm releasing the past, anything not in alignment with my future and stability. I'm releasing self-imposed limitations. I'm releasing shame. I'm releasing guilt, pain, fear, repetitive patterns that don't serve me, overindulgence, laziness, procrastination, and unmotivation. I sound like Frank Ocean's mama. But I am releasing those things, though. I am working actively to release those things because I want to move forward, and who doesn't? Like, I want to do all of the things that I just mentioned because this is my life, and I owe it to myself to be able to do those things and make those things happen and bring it to life. And in order to do that, I need to release a lot. I'm also releasing self-victimization. Yeah. What do I want my energy to embody? Okay, I wrote a whole bunch down, but I literally am going to backtrack into what I said earlier about seeing myself being this really successful businesswoman. Like, I don't have to be nowhere, but like, I want to be strong. I already am strong. I don't show my strength enough. It's interesting because I always felt like I have this rich inner world, and on the outside, it doesn't translate like that. Not because I am faking it or because it's not real or whatever. It's because there's genuinely a disconnect with me and a lot of people that I meet, and it's really a defense mechanism to protect myself because, you know, I feel like allowing the wrong people in can really fuck with you. So it's hard, like genuinely is hard to do that. But yeah, like, I want to embody the person that I truly, truly am on the inside. I am smart, I'm fierce, I'm determined, I am strong. Not I want to be strong because I already am strong. I radiate like goodness. I radiate prosperity, abundance. I'm successful. I'm abundant. And I want my energy to embody all of that. And I'm working on that actively to embody that. I'm powerful. I'm magnetic. I'm magnificent. I'm magical. And everything that I am is not by external validation. I don't know it because I don't feel it because somebody told me that I'm this or I'm that. I feel it because that's truly, truly, truly who I am on the inside. And no one can take it away from me because it's an innate feeling that I have cultivated within myself. And I'm so very proud of myself for how far I've come. And and how much work I've put in, whether it's the meditation, whether it's the journaling, whether it's the prayer, whether it's the exercising, whether it's the eating healthy, whether it's the indulging in things that please me, films, books, food, nature, whether it's the crying, whatever it's been. I'm very, very proud of myself. I already embody the woman that I had to switch from my phone to my laptop because apparently I don't have that much space, but it is what it is. So I guess I'll just have to record on my laptop from now on. I guess that would make more sense. But anyway, I was saying how I already embody the woman that I would like to be, because I feel her like just growing in there. I feel her like every day. Like I feel like just me building the layers and the pieces and almost kind of just like putting this house together. Like I'm building this house with this strong foundation, and it's beautiful to witness in myself because I've been I've had to slow down a lot, and I've had to go into isolation. I have had to do all of these things. um Now that I'm realizing what the purpose of it is was for, and at the time it felt like I was like being punished for something, but like no, like I had to learn who I truly am in order to like move, in order to be able to move forward. Like people think this shit is a joke. Hold on. Like people think this is a joke, and it's not, because if you don't know yourself, if you don't know who you are, and if you're not actively trying your best to do something, or to cultivate a life that is for you, all you're gonna do is just end up hurting people. Like, and then you're gonna be like, wait, what? What did I do? What did I get here? Well, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You're not taking care of your inner world. So now your outer world is a mess. And that is not cute. Okay? So man, um and one thing, I'm gonna visualize and feel all these things right before I go to bed. Not right now, just because I why? What is the reason? Oh, because it's just easier for me to lay down, and once I go to bed, it's easier for me to lay down and kind of just slip into that state of visualizing and applying it to my feelings and feeling it through my body and all of these things. What is one thing that moves me towards my intention? Um, in the context of thinking slow, steady, and sustainable. Um, so work-wise, I do real estate. For people that don't know, I do real estate, and I've been seeing this one property on like the corner of Grove Street and Nye Ave. Every time I drive past there, I see this one property. So this week, I'm gonna make it a goal to find out about the property and see if anybody has acquired it. See if it's owned by the city or owned personally. I'm gonna try to get some information, and then I would like to find supporters or like people to help me finance the project, and or like backing for the project. And I'd like to have it as my first development. If not, if I can get people or I can't, make people see what I see in the property, assuming that I can acquire it first and foremost, then I will I would try and see if somebody wants to buy it as an off-market deal. And with all of that being said, I'm releasing and I'm trusting that everything is going to work out, that the life that I desires me 10,000 times even more, that abundance is my birthright, that I am on the right path, that I am so aligned with not only this physical earth, but the spiritual and the unseen as well, that everything is always working out in my favor, that I am aligned and abundant. I already said that, but I'm just literally in tune with everything that's around me, with light and love and peace. I'm unbreakable, I'm unstoppable, I'm powerful. I'm beyond anything that this earth has seen ever in its history. I'm magical. I said that earlier too, but I really do feel all of these things about myself. Like, I really, really do. And I'm so glad to be able to feel these things and feel this way, regardless of what life has been, regardless of what, people try to tell me life should be. Like, I feel like people have their own sights, their own limitations on what they see for you. And you don't always have to live up to that. You are good enough and well enough to know what it is you want and what it is that's going to make you happy in life. So just trust that you are powerful enough, capable enough, with the support of God, to do anything that your heart pleases. And I'm so glad and so proud of you. Just like I'm also proud of me for coming on here and actually making these videos, because I was going to take my ass right to sleep because I'm like, I don't feel like talking. But I'm here and I'm so glad. I'm so honored. I'm so grateful. And if you watch this video, may God continue to bless you and make all your dreams come true, because I'm literally just posting for myself. And I really, as I'm even making this right now, I don't think anyone's going to watch it, but it's important for me to be able to speak and be comfortable in my desires and in my faith and the things that I care about. And that is essentially why I'm making this video, to express that comfort. Taurus is also a sign of comfort. To express that comfort that I feel in my desires, to express that comfort that I feel in myself, to express that comfort that I feel in my stability, in my security, in my finances, in my life. I'm just very grateful. So yes, have a good rest of your day. Toodles.